My secret weapon ingredient at Ochomoco is cilantro vinegar. So cilantro vinegar is basically all the stems, and we infuse them with apple cider vinegar and white vinegar. And we use this vinegar to season basically everything, sauces, purees, just like anything that needs acidity and the freshness of the cilantro. The longer you leave it, the more flavor it will have.
My secret weapon ingredient is these Thai chilies. This is definitely one of my favorite things to cook with. It adds a ton of flavor. It's not just heat, it adds like a whole lot of fruitiness as well. As you can tell, I'm super, super into Thai chilies.
My secret ingredient is MSG because it makes stuff taste good. Literally have it everywhere. Our first out MSG, our MSG, got backup MSG, got more backup MSG, all right next to our salt because that's how important it is when it comes to seasoning our food. I always say salt, sugar, MSG is like the Chinese trinity of seasoning, and I think that really helps balance dishes out when you use it properly. We put MSG in almost everything we make here. You find it in our desserts, not just our savory foods, you'll find it in our drinks as well.
Our secret weapon ingredient is pickled summer peppers in like the dead of winter when it's really hard to kind of get produce that you're excited about or kind of dreaming about spring and summer. Being able to have something that you can like tap into from your walk-in that kind of gives you a little bit of like that energy blast, that kind of like keep being creative and keep pushing the menu. It's really nice to have. So these are habanadas. They are a crossbred between a habanero. They're not spicy at all, but they take on those fruity floral qualities that habanero peppers have, but are usually harder to taste sometimes because of how spicy they are. These are ají dulces. They are very similarly non-spicy, sweet, complexity from florality and some fruit characteristics. We've used them for like mini nets before, for oysters and stuff like that.
Our secret weapon ingredient here at Illis is our wall of fermentation that we use on a daily basis. Everything here is kind of an active item in our larder. It's fermented, it could be pickled, it could be some type of sauce. And so this is a way for us to grab something quick that can make a big difference in a dish that wasn't there before. One really, really cool one right now that we've been utilizing is these young pine cones. We forage them in the spring. They're much smaller than the pine cones you would get right now, so they're a little more tender and have less of that tannin that you would get from a normal pine cone.
Our secret weapon ingredient at D&D are pickles. We put pickled things, acidic things with our fatty foods, and it balances it out. So we make a pepper jam that is going on as a drizzle over our root vegetable pancakes. And we also drizzle some shallot aioli, so like the fatty and the acidic and the sweetness all kind of goes well together with a fried pancake.
The secret ingredient weapon at Sobremasa is corn. It's the backbone of Mexican cuisine. We like to celebrate the diversity of corn by using as many different varieties of corn with as many different uses. This one here is called cacahuacintle and it's made for pozole. And we also like to grind it very fine and use it for batter, like for a fried fish taco. And it's very high in starch. We like to mill it into a really fine flour and we'll use it as batters or for cookies or things of that nature. And this blue corn, we're right here. It's cooked, part of its soaking process. This is the conico, also from the state of Mexico. But this one's really good for tortillas. It makes really, really nice tortillas with really, really beautiful color.
As a pastry chef at Kellogg's Diner, the most important ingredient that we have is probably salt. We use salt pretty liberally here. We use a pretty typical salt that most restaurants use. We use diamond kosher. A lot of times I feel like when you eat diner food, you're pretty full, so it's difficult to indulge in like dessert that might be too decadent. The balance of salt is super important, especially in desserts, because I think it gives you the bandwidth to explore different textures. The salt actually, to me, brings out the sweetness.
At Saison Social, our secret weapon ingredient is nukmam fish sauce. Basically fermented anchovies and salt. Depending on the brand, sometimes there's more additives like sugar and different like spices. About 80% of our menu uses fish sauce. It's incredibly potent to the nose, incredibly powerful as well. A little bit goes a long ways. Think of it as kind of like your flavor enhancer.
Our secret weapon ingredient at Cozy Royale is definitely this guy right here, ground beef. The Meat Hook, which is our sister business, butcher shop, works directly with 1 or 2 farms really for our ground beef. Ground beef is very important at Cozy Royale because we sell a lot of cheeseburgers, and we're gonna sell between 60 to 80 pounds of ground beef a night on weekdays and much more than that on weekends. If you come to Cozy and you have a burger at 5 or 6 o'clock, the overwhelming chances are that that ground beef was a part of a whole animal or part of an animal 10 or 12 hours beforehand.
As head chef at Kellogg's Diner, my secret weapon ingredient is Saison. I put it in everything. We use it in our Spanish rice. I put it in soup, so it provides a little bit of color, depth of flavor, because it's pretty much just MSG. I'm going with cilantro is actually my favorite. This is my second favorite.
My secret ingredient is nutmeg. It cannot be pre-ground. It has to come just like this. And I love it because it sort of has the warmth of cinnamon, but it's a little bit spicy. We put nutmeg in everything. So from our cinnamon buns to our molasses spice cookies, the sour cherry pear pie, lots of nutmeg. Probably most famous for being sprinkled on top of the banana cream.
My secret ingredient at my restaurants would probably be leche de tigre. Leche de tigre is our base of all our ceviches. So it's a mixture of lime juice, fish stock, different aromatics, pieces of fish. We blend it all up and strain it. And that's what we use for all our ceviches. I find myself putting it in a lot of things to add acidity, to add a little more depth to the food. When you blend everything up, because of the proteins, it looks milky. So that's why we call it leche. The reason for tigre is because it's very zippy and very it's supposed to energize you as a tiger in a sense.
At Hamburger America, our secret weapon ingredient, unquestionably, is Lowry's seasoned salt. It adds just enough to the burger that goes beyond salt, obviously. It's very flavorful, I love it. It smells so good. You know why it's so good? It's because it has sugar in it. Salt, sugar, it has turmeric, that's the color, obviously. It has paprika, it has garlic, and those are really good things for a flavor profile of a burger. Really good. Not much, just a little bit. Not much, a little bit.
So our secret ingredient at Simple is hanout. It's the head of spice, and we make it once a week, and we use probably as much as we can because we're addicted to it. Process is we pick whatever spices that we have and we do a mix. So it's called the head of spice because it's whatever I want to be. The translation is the head of the shop. We use hanout for probably about 10 dishes.
One of our secret ingredients here at Golden Diner is the Nutritional yeast. It provides lots of umami, some nuttiness, and it's really good for making nacho cheese.
Our secret weapons at Chino Grande are our homemade spice blends. So Chino Grande is a fusion restaurant between Chinese and Latino food. The adobo is used for the Latino side. We use it in our chicken mix and a bunch of other dishes. It has a lot of oregano, thyme, garlic, onion. It's really nice. So we use the Saison for a lot of our sauces. I don't buy the pre-made Saison. It's because of salt. They're mainly very salty. We can control the salt when we make these.